Hello and welcome to another Tunisian crochet pattern tutorial. So today I will show you the basic stitches and techniques for the Honeypig's Throw. Honeypig's Throw is a large Tunisian crochet throw. You can find the pattern on my blog and printable version in my Lovecrafts and in my Ravelry shops. So you will need two colors. For the throw I used bulky weight yarn. And I used 7mm Tunisian crochet hook with cable, which was about 40 inches long. So if you are following the pattern, you will need to chain 171. For this small demonstration, I will chain 27, and this will be enough to show you 2 of the stitch pattern repeats. So we will first start with a slip knot. We place the loop on the hook and you chain required number. So for me that's chaining 27. So for chain we yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. Let's chain 1 chain, yarn over, pull through again, 2, 3 and so on. So chain the required number for your project and I'll meet you back for row number 1. Once you chain the number that you need for your project, you will then turn the chain around and work in the back palms of your chain stitches. So you will insert the hook from front to back and the back palm, yarn over and pull up a loop. And that's one stitch. You already have one loop on the hook, which counts as the first stitch. So this would be the second, and you repeat this all the way for the length of your chain. So you'll be working in the back bumps of your chain stitches. Once you worked all your stitches or all your chains, you will have all your stitches on the hook. So you've worked the forward pass, and now we need to work the return pass of the row number 1. And this will be the same return pass for all your rows of your project, and this will be the standard return pass. So you will yarn over, pull through 1 once, and then yarn over, pull through 2 all the way. So we'll continue yarning over and pull through 2 loops all the way to the beginning of your project. For row number 2, we will start working the first stitch pattern. So there are 2 distinct sections worked in this project. One is in color A, and this will be the honeycomb stitch pattern. And then there is a second section which will be worked in color B, and that's the pig section, where we alternate Tunisian knit and Tunisian purl stitches. So for the first section, the honeycomb section, will be alternating Tunisian simple and Tunisian purl stitches within rows and between rows. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So for the row number 2, we start with Tunisian simple stitch. So we insert the hook into the front vertical bar, yarn over and pull up a loop, and that's Tunisian simple stitch. For Tunisian purl stitch, we bring the yarn forward in front of the hook, insert the hook as for Tunisian simple stitch, so that's under the front vertical bar, from right to left, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then Tunisian simple stitch and Tunisian purl stitch. And we will repeat this all the way to the last 2 stitches, work Tunisian simple and an end stitch. I am now on the last 2 stitches of row 2. So I've got Tunisian simple stitch left and an end stitch. So end stitch is worked under both strands of your last stitch on the edge. So you will insert the hook under both of these strands, yarn over and pull up a loop. And we will continue with standard return pass, which is yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 all the way. For row number 3, we will alternate the stitches in a comparison to row 2. So row 2 we started with Tunisian simple stitch, so now we will work Tunisian purl stitch, and then we worked Tunisian purl stitch, so we will work Tunisian simple stitch into this stitch, and again Tunisian purl and Tunisian simple. To the last two stitches we will work Tunisian purl stitch and then an end stitch. I have now last two stitches left, so I will work Tunisian purl and an end stitch like so, and we will work return pass, standard return pass. So we've started the honeycomb stitch pattern in row number 2 and 3. You will then repeat rows 2 and 3 for rows 4 to 13, and you will change to color B at the end of row number 13. So I'll meet you back at the end of round of 13. So I worked a few more rows, so let's pretend that this was the end of row number 13. So I've got last two stitches on my hook. I will then take my alternating color or color B, place the loop on the hook, pull through the last two loops, and this will change my color to color B. It's Tunisian simple stitch across. So we will work Tunisian simple stitch into each stitch of the row below all the way, and working the end stitch at the end. We are now on row number 15, and for row number 15 we will work first Tunisian knit stitch, followed by Tunisian purl stitch in 11 stitches, Tunisian knit stitch, 11 Tunisian purl stitches, and so on up to the last stitch, which will be the end stitch. So we'll work Tunisian knit stitch. Tunisian knit stitch is worked by inserting the hook between the front and back vertical bar in the middle, from front to back, yarn over and pull up a loop. So that's Tunisian knit stitch, followed by 11 Tunisian purl stitches, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, and Tunisian knit stitch, and again 11 Tunisian purl stitches, followed by Tunisian knit stitch and end stitch. So the next is row 16. We will be working Tunisian knit stitch in next 2 stitches, then Tunisian purl stitch in 9 stitches, and we will then repeat Tunisian knit stitch in next 3 stitches, followed by Tunisian purl stitch in 9 stitches to last 3 stitches. We will work Tunisian knits in 2 and an end stitch. So basically what we are doing now, we are increasing the number of knit stitches and decreasing the number of purl. So we start with 2 knit stitches, 9 purl stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 3 Tunisian knit stitches, 1, 2, 3, and we will be repeating this all the way to the end to last 3 stitches. So we will work Tunisian knit stitch in the first two of those, and then end stitch. For row number 17 you will work Tunisian knit stitch in 3 stitches, followed by Tunisian purl in 7. Then we will start our stitch pattern repeat, which is Tunisian knit stitch in 5, Tunisian purl in 7, all the way to last 4 stitches. Then you will work Tunisian knit stitch in 3 of those and an end stitch. So first we work Tunisian knit stitch in 3, 1, 2 and 3, then Tunisian purl in 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, Tunisian knit in 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, Tunisian purl in 7, now I'm on my last 4 stitches, so I will work Tunisian knit in 3 of those last 4 stitches and an end stitch. For row number 18 we start with 4 Tunisian knit stitches, one, 2, 3 and 4, 5 Tunisian purl stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 7 Tunisian knit stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you will repeat 5 Tunisian purl stitches and 7 Tunisian knit stitches all the way to the last 5 stitches. Four of which will be Tunisian knit and an end stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4 knit stitches and an end stitch. For row number 19 we will work 5 Tunisian knit stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 Tunisian purl stitches, 1, 2 and 3, 9 Tunisian knit stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and you will repeat the 3 Tunisian purl stitches followed by 9 Tunisian knit stitches all the way to last 6 stitches. You will then work 5 Tunisian knit stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and an end stitch. And finally we are on row number 20, which is the last row for the basic pattern of this section. So we will start with Tunisian knit stitch in 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, work 1 Tunisian purl stitch, then 11 Tunisian knit stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, and the pattern is 1 Tunisian purl stitch followed by 11 Tunisian knit stitches for this section to the last 7 stitches, 6 of which will be Tunisian knit stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and an end stitch. Worked rows 1 to row 20. Rows 15 to 20 are the peak section. So as you can see, we are creating these peaks from Tunisian purl stitches alternated with Tunisian knit stitches. So you will then repeat the same section once more. So this would be rows 21 to 25, which are repetition of row 15 to 19. You will then work row 26, which is repetition of row number 20, and on the return pass of row number 26 we are changing color back to color A on the last 2 loops of the return pass. Row number 27 is then repetition of row number 14, which is Tunisian simple stitch across. You would then work rows 28 to 52, and these are repetition of row 2 to 26, which are the whole basic stitch pattern repeat of the honeycomb section and the peak section. And then you will continue working this section up to the row 169. And row 170 is the bind off row. So to bind off, we will use the Tunisian simple stitch bind off. So we will work Tunisian simple stitches as normal, but we won't keep the loop on the hook. We will pull it through the loop which is already on the hook. So we will always end up with 1 loop on the hook, and we will work the Tunisian simple stitch bind off into each stitch of the last row. So I'm demonstrating what would be the row number 170. So binding off the stitches, working into the previous row, which was 169. We will repeat this for every stitch of the row, including the end stitch. Okay, and that's it. These were the basic stitches and techniques which were used in the honey peak throw. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.